Hello, everyone, and welcome to Santa Clara High School's Roar the Podcast.
Hello, I'm Theodore, and I am a sophomore at Santa Clara High School, and I am a staff writer for The Roar right now.
Hello, I'm Taejun Spencer. I'm a sophomore at Santa Clara High School, and I am a staff writer for The Roar.
Hi, my name is Clemente Beltran-Castro, and I am a senior at Santa Clara High School.
Hello, I'm Nat. I'm a junior at Santa Clara High School, and I am the alt media editor for The Roar. So today, our podcast will be surrounding just the general culture and psychology behind memes. A common theme I see in a lot of memes is either contrast or sudden and unexpectedness, or a combination of the two. For example, something gets introduced, and then it's some sort of really, really bad offensive thing, but it has some sort of subtext that implies that some innocent child is reading this, not missing the point and observing the offensive thing as something completely innocent. And of course, you as the person seeing the meme know how not innocent the thing is.
I mean, yeah, the pattern contrast. It's trying to play into that innocence while fully knowing that that you know the context of it really, really well.
Right. The meme is self-aware. It shows like the implications of some copy pasta or something that has other implications. I mean that it's totally self-aware, but it doesn't have to say it's self-aware, and that people just around looking at it know exactly what it means.
My mind is blown from this information.
All right, and another thing is that I've seen things, memes take the reputation of holy texts such as the Bible or the Quran, and use those reputations to make some kind of humor. For example, on iPhones you can have custom autocorrect, so if someone says anything, it can change it to something else. I've seen some Twitter or Tumblr posts where it changed. Somebody changed their dad's phone to whenever their dad typed in yes, that it would change to the entire Quran.
Oh my
and
goodness!
Or no, it was the word no. And so they texted their dad, said, "Hey, can I go to a party on Saturday?" And the whole text is chapter 1, and it goes on.
I mean, okay, yeah, because I've seen, yeah, especially with the Bible, any type of religious text, I've kind of seen them been overused like a lot. There's like, I've seen this one meme where it's just like an innocent picture of a cat and then like a quote to the Bible. It's like, "The Lord fears, for He knows they are coming," or something like that.
The man, 13:34.
Yeah.
Like memes nowadays are just filled with so much randomness. That's all they're about. I mean, there's like random sounds combined with random pictures to make someone laugh.
I feel
It's
like
definitely.
I feel like it's that randomness though that really gives it. It's what makes a meme, in that there is so much context behind it, yet no context at all. That like ultimately reflects. It could reflect like any kind of
Call it
social, political feelings or religious feelings.
Just call it like a Shakespeare. It can be
Yeah.
interpreted so many ways.
Right, but it just doesn't.
Uh-huh.
Or it could just not do that at all and just be stupidly funny.
I mean, for a lot of memes, they're like geared towards certain peoples, I guess you could say.
Right.
Like towards certain people who play a certain game, certain people that maybe like go do a certain thing, like skate or bike, or maybe even go to church.
And
I'm surprised that there's actually church memes out there, but
It's for literally
I've
anything.
seen a handful of memes that require at least some knowledge of the Bible, but they're very like right. But it's not stuff that it's something that if a Christian would read, they would be very unhappy about.
It's something if you show this to a priest,
he's not gonna get it.
They're not gonna get it, and two, they're
gonna be
they will
offended.
be enraged.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
especially
funny.
like I've seen this quote actually before. It's like they got like in. Remember how I said like there's an innocent picture of like a cat posted on there?
Yeah.
And then it's like Psalm 37:13, but the Lord laughs seeing that their day is coming. Like that's literally one of the biggest quotes I've seen being used. And other than that, you mentioned about the randomness of it before, right? I think that's just it's playing into people's minds because they don't see it coming. Therefore, it kind of sets them off guard and forces them to laugh.
Right. Like I saw this image. It says Super Smash Bros. Genesis, and then it has a picture of I forget who. So the names the names might be vice versa, but Cain smashing Abel. Was it that? I showed this.
Oh, that's a
to-
good Bible meme.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like, I think it's the way that each meme is tailored is that you can fully understand it, well, not understand it at all, like you said before, Clemente. But there's going to be any meme for any type of category, I guess, for any type of community. You
Right.
got
Yeah,
you have ones for gamers, ones for a community which I cannot say on this platform.
Oh my god.
Then you got like ones on Reddit. It's very, very diverse, but at the same time, if you have a little bit of context to it, you would probably understand it, and you would probably get like a little chuckle out of it.
Yeah. Some of y'all might be aware of with this, but have you ever heard of a Furby?
No, I hate
The-
you so much.
Those
Say it
little
right.
toys.
Say it right.
Yeah.
Furby.
Oh,
Well,
Furby.
yeah, actually, I think I know.
Yeah, those little
it's
toys,
like
right?
The little toys that have like
Computers,
They
right?
have eyes.
yeah, they
Yeah.
have the eyes that blink.
Computers.
Computer.
The little
They have,
owls that hatch from the egg.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they would always glitch and go into something wrong, right? So you'd be born in the 90s, right? Get a Furby for your 12th birthday, and then when you're 24, you'd hear some animal go, hungry, in your closet in the middle of the night. And you have no idea where it's coming from. Or something like that. And that does happen so often.
The horrors of a Furby at 9 a.m.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
confused every
I've seen
time.
a Furby change the channel of a TV.
What the heck?
I've seen a Furby sat next to a lamp that burned really hot, so its face melted.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
What kind of psychological horror is this?
and so that's come into like a reoccurring meme where there are thousands of jokes on Tumblr or Reddit or Twitter or what have you about the untold horrors of Furby.
The Furby's under my bed at 3 a.m. Yeah. I have noticed that with like a lot of memes, there's always going to be a repetitive nature. People are gonna milk
That's
they're gonna milk that meme so hard to the
Every-
point where
yeah.
it's gonna beat a cow.
Every meme has a peak, and the faster it reaches that peak, the faster it'll decline.
I would like to take my time to devote this segment to a very well milked out meme.
What?
They're Among Us.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
You
I
know-
feel like that died so long ago.
That game
It's-
was released in 2018, became popular in 2020.
See,
And that,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that statement. That statement, I know this is true for me, and I don't know if this is true for any of the listeners, but that statement, like, put feelings into me that I really wish I didn't feel. And that's
Bro.
just what memes do. That's just what, like, just
How
like,
long it takes for memes to really die.
right.
It doesn't. It doesn't. No matter.
One meme that had a gradual rise and a very gradual decline is the stonks meme. I've seen that widely used popularly
Uh-huh.
over the course of a year, and it's not that Among Us post irony stuff. Like people say Among Us because other people don't like the term Among Us, and that gives them joy.
right. And, like, yeah, the stonks meme, it's a timeless, it's like one of those memes that can actually kind of be timeless for a bit. It gets repetitive, but it's not really like a time sensitive thing where it can always be applied to anything that you do. And I feel like that's the thing with almost all memes. If you can find an application to it, you're gonna take it and make something good, or I mean terrible, but good out of it.
Well, because here's the thing, there's always a phrase of saying that there's dead memes and there's like memes that are still alive, right? But then not all memes die. Like,
Right.
sure, some of them go into the graveyard to be repetitively overused, but then you have things such as stonks, Among Us, all of that.
Come on.
Those are gonna keep getting used over and over again. Like, it's gonna die for a few years, and then out of the nowhere they're gonna bring it back and be like, wow.
Right.
Mark my words, it will be the year 2090. I will be on my deathbed, and my grandchild mentions the funny spaceman game. I will die laughing. I will laugh, and the EKG machine will flatline.
Father, why are they surrounding us? Well, you see, Billy, they're Among Us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Honestly, like
I will rule the day.
the more you see a meme, the more you learn to hate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't see it for a while and it comes back up, you're like, oh, okay, I guess it's
Right.
kind of funny, you know?
Yeah.
Like one meme that was milked a lot. I think Theo mentioned this before we started recording, was the Ohio meme.
Oh no.
That one's I like
The-
that.
the-
I liked
Ohio-
it at the beginning.
I
You see.
really like that one.
Now I hate it.
because- No, I.
No. Here's the thing with the Ohio meme, right? It's you can't tell. You know the general theme, but you don't know what's gonna come next.
Yeah. It's just you read a caption. It says POV Ohio, and you just know you're in for a good time. It's gonna be great. Those memes like those have like
They're gonna whip out the SpongeBob meme.
yeah,
They're
like
goofy.
you can't have. You can literally put anything there, and like anything, anything like semi-offensive or just like inconvenient. You just put Ohio as a caption, and it'll work. Like why?
No.
I don't know.
It's I don't know. Maybe there's some untouched. Oh my goodness!
No. Theo, come on. I mean, did you?
Look at that face. No, no. We can keep that in. We can keep that in. See stuff like that. That's what's gonna make anyone laugh.
See, that's gold. Like loud, abrupt noises. Like
Yeah.
loud, abrupt, deep fried image, just like bass boosted.
I think we've come to a point where our brains are
Watermelon. Okay, I'm gonna basically.
exactly my point. We've come. Oh, headphone warning. I think we've come to a point where our brains are just hardwired to accept the most random, most stupidest things out there.
Yeah.
To the point where we can't just help but laugh as a coping mechanism.
Yeah. And
Coping
like
mechanism.
coping mechanism. I don't like all memes. Oh, most memes, not like wholesome memes and stuff. Oh, there's also
wholesome memes are
there's also
great.
there's like subcategories of memes that we'll
Mhm.
get into later.
I want to say for the record, I will bash the animemes community for this because their animemes suck.
I don't know what that is. And I'm
Oh,
glad I don't.
anti-memes. Yeah.
I don't want to know that.
They're memes for the sake of being memes. They're funny because they're completely unfunny. It's like
Oh god.
r/technically true but unfunny.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate anime memes. They're so bad,
Oh,
bro.
anime.
Oh no, that and whatever you just said earlier.
Anti-memes.
Anti,
Okay.
yeah, both of them I absolutely abhor. They both equally suck. One of them is just plain outright unfunny that it's only catered to a certain community, just the anime community as a whole. And the other one is just there for the sake of being funny.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to be funny by not being funny.
At this rate,
Isn't funny.
At this rate, a plastered image of Jesse, Walter, and Mike from Breaking Bad put onto every anime meme makes the entire thing more funnier than the original.
Oh, and looping back to the Ohio meme. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this one, but I've seen the first Ohio meme. So it's an image of a Chicago Transit Authority sign that says /Ohio will be eliminated, and it.
oh
Yeah,
right.
do you remember?
Yeah.
It's here
I
on
don't
my
think I've
screen.
seen it. I don't
can't
think I've
use my
seen it.
computer.
Show me.
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh shucks.
That was the
What?
first
Yeah.
Ohio meme.
That was, and then like, I guess this thing just crept out of nowhere. It was this one.
This was years
This
ago.
was years ago, but then also I do remember there was a meme of
Florida.
once Black Widow came out, there was a scene where she said, "I want to go back to Ohio."
Oh my
And it
god.
was-
Oh
and
my
that, like,
goodness.
meme was cropped out, and it
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
it wasn't milked to the point where it was just terrible and annoying,
No, but it
But-
boosted it
but
forward.
it boosted it. And then like months later, maybe like a year later, is when Ohio truly took off.
Yeah, I was
As
in.
the worst place to possibly live.
And it's really ironic because when I saw that movie, when Marvel was good, or starting to become bad,
Yeah.
I
It
was
finally
in
broke bad.
Colorado. The closest I've been to Ohio.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, no, Illinois was the closest I've been to Ohio.
Well, on the bright side, at least it's not Detroit.
Yeah.
Let-
I-
Then there's Detroit.
Well,
Detroit's a different.
no,
I
Det-
had a
different
ticket to
breed.
go to Detroit, but someone stole
Can't have.
you can't have a plane flight to Detroit, man.
it.
Every time you walk into Detroit, you're fully expecting to get your pockets
Right,
empty.
right. And have you all heard the phrase behind every joke there's some semblance of truth? And Detroit does have very high crime rates.
Exactly, and that's like,
as do most American cities.
it's one of these things that like memes can act as coping mechanisms, because like memes usually usually portray some kind of extreme emotion, whether it be like anger, fear, sadness, and like, or like snapping a picture of somebody. I can't think of one right now, but like, you know how there's pictures of like people like in uncomfortable situations or just like screaming,
Oh yeah.
and then those just like turn into memes. I feel like it can be something that is easily relatable to all people, as like we've gone through some of these things.
I just laugh at anything. Like, I actually laugh at anything.
Is your
You have
like
to
it
understand
used to
it
be
to
an
laugh.
issue. It used
Taejun,
to actually be like an issue.
I think your brain has broke bad.
No. It's like ever since I was like 5, I just laugh at anything. Like
Dang.
in court, I started laughing
Okay.
at the
Whoa,
people
whoa.
there.
Okay.
Like I just laugh at anything. So I don't know if I really have a.
This is
proper
his villain
opinion.
origin story,
laughed
guys.
at my parents' wedding because I forgot why.
You forgot.
We
Um,
forgot.
There's a few memes that are mainstream and that are kind of supposed to relate to people's childhood. Like SpongeBob has a bunch of meme templates.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah. So I haven't watched SpongeBob, not an episode, and that's not by choice.
You've never watched it?
No,
You're
when I
joking.
was
Not even once. Not one full episode.
When I
You've
was-
never sat down at a friend's house,
No,
took the television, and decided to watch SpongeBob.
When I was 5 years old, my parents said it was for like teenagers and stuff, and that
What?
I felt a little silly. They said it was for teenagers, and oh, you might not like it now.
No. No. Bro pulled that 7 million power.
What do you mean, guys? You had to do this podcast. I have 7 million power in Rise of Kingdom.
Dude, that's why I hate those ads, man. Those mobile game ads infuriate me.
They always have
They're-
very bad synchronization with their audio.
They're so bad. Oh, look.
They're not even.
power.
Yeah,
Mine's bed power.
they're not even speaking. I don't think they're speaking English, like the actors, and they just like there's voiceover.
They're not. They're being voiced over.
I've seen a few memes with like old people, elderly folk going like they see like there was this old Southeast Asian man, I think, who owned a store and was restocking stuff and saw something that he liked, and he extended his left arm, he put 2 fingers on the other side of the elbow and went "Chee!"
Oh my
And
god.
his voice
no.
was not cracking, but it was going up and down. It was tripping on itself.
Well, I mean, I think that's a result of like the older generations trying to fit in and be hip with the new generation. You know, they're trying to be cool with them, basically.
Right.
So they have to find ways to adapt and cope. Not necessarily cope, but you know. No, that was a poor choice of wording.
They will eventually. They will eventually cope. This reminds me like some people, some kids our age use older people to make memes more funny and to make that humor more potent. Like I've seen another meme, a video this time, of a guy going to his dad and say, "Hey, how's the food? How's the dinner?" And he goes, "It's bussin'. It's bussin'." But he said it in a weird way, like an accent, like he didn't understand what he was saying, which of course he didn't.
Right.
And then he went over to his grandfather, and proceeded to say "sheesh" again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I feel like that's just one of those things that
They're doing it
They're-
out of what you go ahead, Clemente,
I feel
actually.
like it's one of those things. Actually, like kind of what I was saying, not off of like a pain or anything like a problem, but just like things that can be relatable to other people and how like you can be disconnected from the older generations. You know. So let's just put our final thoughts into this. Anything we need to say about memes? I feel like they're just great.
But they're not great.
Yeah, they're like
I want to say it's representative of the 21st century.
oh, absolutely.
It's the epitome of the 21st century this
It
time.
is the actual text it's how information gets spread. It's how like almost all of our generation is exposed to real world events and like connects with each other in a way that no other generation has so far in time.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, memes. Yeah, like this is really the technologies, the social medias, and stuff that we have now. No other generation, except half millennials, have experienced this kind of just stimulation.
yeah.
And there's everybody can make a meme,
Right.
and so there are probably billions, or maybe even trillions of memes around.
Yeah.
And the funny ones survive, and they go real high up. They peak, and then they die off eventually.
I want to say that memes. I think it brings together the young and the old in a way because, but at the same time, it also distances them more apart because the technology gap and the lack of understanding from the older generation.
The more you see it, the worse it gets.
Exactly.
But there's just things like
That's just it.
I guess something that can not the meme community because that's like
There is no
that's
meme
nothing.
community.
It's just the internet. The internet is such a memes are such a powerful thing through the internet. They can get people like millions of people to like see the world in a certain way, and it can get millions or like spread to millions of people to like do a specific thing, like the Area 51 thing, for example.
Goodness
yeah.
gracious, that was
was-
one hell of a thing.
That was crazy.
That was
And
pre-COVID.
It's been going like that started months before the date to raid Area 51, and like
that gained so much
yeah, it
traction.
just gained so much traction.
It got news attention. It got the government's attention.
Yeah, it got world headlines, and I feel like that's just I can demonstrate just how much influence memes can have on people, right,
Yeah.
Taejun?
I want to.
People have been
Yeah.
saying that
Yeah.
the feelings that, like, if you think about the 70s or 80s or 90s, that those things have like a feeling
Right.
of what they were, and that people are saying that the 2020s, 2010s, and the knots won't have those kinds of feelings, but they do. And I believe when we are in our 50s or 60s or 70s, we're gonna look back at the 20s. And we're gonna think, oh yeah,
Life used to
we're gonna
be
have a
so
feeling.
much more
Right.
calmer back
They're gonna
then.
be-
Basically,
everything's
gone.
gonna be
Probably.
like, and well, I guess it's even more true with the internet. Everything's gonna be ingrained in the internet forever.
The internet is practically our little time capsule, basically.
Right. Yeah.
You, no matter what, whenever you're just gonna look back at it and you're gonna instantly remember.
Yeah.
It's
It's either gonna be a cringy memory or like a very fond one.
it's good. There's no other. There's no intermediate. It's one or the other.
Mhm.
But I want to say that memes, it brings people together. It brings people together. It divides people, but inevitably, it is definitive of our generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna define who we are eventually somehow.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna draw this discussion to a close here, and I'm Theodore Nguyen, staff writer for the Roar. We're gonna be signing off for today.
This is Taejun Spencer. I'm signing off.
And I'm Clemente, and I'm signing off.
This is Nat Hekster signing off. Have a great day.